Alright, what is good, everybody? Welcome to this dropshipping bootcamp. If you guys watched my last vlog or you guys are in the Discord, you guys know that I've been working on dropping this. I've kind of been putting everything together on this sheet of just things I want to go over. So this video is just strictly going to be the intro to this. I do highly recommend watching this just so you know what's in the course, what I'm going to go over, maybe some spots that you'll need to hop back in. What I'm going to try to do with this is drop one video per day. So right now I'm going to kind of go over all the videos and all the stuff I'm about to go over in this entire bootcamp. But the reason that I'm dropping this right now is because in about 2 months from now, we have Q4, which is the biggest time in e-commerce. You'll do your Q1, Q2, Q3 rev in one quarter in Q4, obviously, because there's the shopping season, Christmas, Black Friday, all that good shit. So there's no better time for me to put this out so you guys can start getting good with dropshipping. By the time Q4 comes out, you guys will actually be able to make money. Now for the value exchange, because I'm about to give you guys 30 days of straight sauce videos, all I'm asking for you guys is that you guys subscribe and join my completely free Discord. Those are the only two things that I'm asking you guys to do for the value I'm about to give for you guys. But without further ado, let me go over what I'm going to be going over within the next 30 days. And I'm basically just going to show you guys everything that I know. I'm really not leaving anything out that I know about dropshipping. So the first video we're going to be going over will be the dropshipping eye. I kind of already have my criterias I want out for this. Then we'll also be going over Q4 product criteria in that same video, because obviously evergreen products are a little bit different than Q4 products if you've never been in a Q4 before for dropshipping. The next thing we'll be going over is ad library product research. I'm going to show you guys how you guys can find winners in that. The next one we'll be going over is Calidata product research, which right now is probably the best way to do product research. The next way is the burner method. This can be good. I do know people who have found winners for ads on the burner method, but this is kind of more of an organic strategy, but it still can be good for ads. I'm also going to make a complete video about reverse search. Then for finishing off the kind of product research section, I'm going to give you guys some free Q4 winners that you guys can run in this upcoming Q4. Depending on how many views this video gets, this might be a valid Q4 winners list, but if some reason this video is at like 10k views, it probably won't be valid, and we'll just use the stuff that I'm talking about in the product research to find yourself some Q4 winners. Alright, so the next thing that we'd be going into is testing stores. So this would be the 7th video that I'd be going over. We'd be converting pages, or I should just put in converting landing pages. So in converting landing pages, basically I'll just be going over how to make the best landing page so you can convert at a high percentage, because that's kind of like, well, it's not really like what I'm known for, but like all my stores that I run, I always really run a super high conversion rate, like anything from like 8 to 10, which is pretty good for drop shipping. The next thing we'll obviously be going over is pricing. I'm going to show you guys how to price your offer right. Also in this, I'll be going over offers. I'll be going over how to split test your offers, how to split test your pricing, stuff like that. Then we'll be going over shipping profiles. So this will be able how to add more revenue on the back end by using shipping, how to use shipping to raise your AOV. And then I'll do what offer I should run. So in this one, we'll be going over what offer you guys should run depending on what product. I've made videos in the past about like what offer, but I only go over 3 offers. And those are kind of the 3 main offers that I run. But in this one, I'll be going over all the offers that you could run with certain different products. All right, then the next thing we'd be going into is creative structure. So this is probably going to be the most important part of this entire free course, free bootcamp thing, is creative structure. So in the first creative structure video, I'm kind of going to be going over how to like structure your creatives, how to put them in order so they make sense, and then I'll also be going over different kind of ad strategies that you guys can be using. Could you guys be using static images, VO ads, UGC, AI, whatever. I'm basically going to be going over all the different type of creative structures that you guys should be using. And then in 12, I'll be showing how to use RIP creatives, mostly from TikTok and Calidata. In 13, we'll be going over script creative, so that's using ChatGPT to write you out a prompt, so then you can use AI voiceover on that. Then we'll go into funnel scaling, which is a very important thing. Then I'll be going over how to avoid creative fatigue. This is a really important one. This is something that I recently just figured out how to do this consistently and how to be able to keep on scaling brands and avoid fatigue. So this will be a really fun episode. It'll be a lot of information in this one. UGC creatives, I'll show you in this one how either you can just rip UGC creatives, how you guys can mash them together, or how you guys can just buy your own UGC creatives for your brand so you have personal UGC to your product. The next area we'll be going over is running ads. So I'll go over media buying. I mean, the way I do media buying is very, very easy. It's very simple. I'll go over my testing campaign, what I do for that. Then I'll show how do I scale up to bigger days, how do I scale my brand. Scaling, this also comes into with avoiding creative fatigue. If you can't avoid creative fatigue, I'm be honest, you can't scale. It's such a content-centered market right now where just you need more creatives pumping in if you want to be able to scale. So creative fatigue and scaling are kind of things that go hand in hand. And then to finish up running ads, I'll go over avoiding bans and using insiders. So this is one of the big things that nobody talks about. Like, ad account bans are so more common than people think. Same thing with getting insidered. Say, like, if you guys don't have a personal brand, getting insidered isn't gonna hurt you as bad. But I know people, because of their personal brand, who literally cannot scale past 100K months because of insider and people know what product they're running. There's so many ways that people can find what product you run by, like, the policies you use, by the lander you use. People can just tell and people can figure out, especially if you're posting about your results on social media. Or sometimes people will come in, if you're scaling really fast and somebody wants to come in and compete on the same product, they can literally just ban you or just wipe out your ad account by paying like $4K to a Facebook dev. So these are some things I'm going to teach you guys how to avoid. Plus, maybe I'll tell you how to use it if you guys want to. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if you guys actually want to know. It's a little bit of like gray hat, but kind of black hat. But let me know if you guys want to know how to use insiders as well. So the next thing we'll be going over is scaling. So obviously in scaling, fulfillment and inventory gets different. So obviously at the start, you're just running normal drop shipping. But once you get over 10K days, or I'd even say once you get over like 7K days, 5K days, you want to start talking to your supplier and working on buying MOQ or just getting inventory in a 3PL in the United States. This will bring your COGS way down, shipping will be quicker and less expensive. So this is obviously a really good thing that you need to lock in to be able to scale. The next thing we'll be going over in scaling is payment processing solutions. So when you're scaling really hard, Shopify payments will tend to hold a lot of your balance. So normally it's like 20%. And if you're, let's say you're scaling, right? And normally if you're scaling super aggressively, you're not going to be running these 30% margins or 35% margins. You're probably going to be scaling on a 15 to 20% margin. So Shopify is holding 20% of your total revenue. You're literally scaling without actually making any money, so you have no cash flow to pump back into the business. So I'll kind of go over some different payment providers you could use or how to get around Shopify payment holds, because that's something that I done. I just got in contact with a payment provider person on Shopify, and he basically just lifted all holds on my account because I just showed him I'm not doing anything fishy. I'm actually shipping all my orders. Please pay me because I can't scale. Literally, I just said something like that, and we got on a phone call, and I got all that fixed up. But this is a very important thing when you're trying to scale, because if you're scaling without profit, you're cooked, brother. You're cooked. You're running deep into the hole. But next thing we'll go over is testing landing pages. So there's only two different types of landing pages I test with, or I split test, A/B test. It's just standard PDP product page, and then avatorials. I normally see that lower ticket, like more in the range of anything from like $40 to $60, sometimes to $70, works better on PDP, or if it's a product that you don't have to explain as much, like if it's not a supplement If it's something that's more instant, more of an instant product, PDP is normally the way to go. But if you need to like explain more, or you're selling it to a more sophisticated audience that knows like their level of sophistication is very important. Where are they at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to figure that out. And figuring out your market level sophistication can also help you know which would be the best landing page to pick. I'll kind of go into that real quick because I think market sophistication is something that people don't really talk about. So I'll go into that real quick, and then I'll get back to finishing off. I only have a couple more things to go over. So this is levels of market sophistication. So as you guys can see, there's 5 levels, and this will be the skepticism of your customers. So most products you're going to run into are going to be mostly in level 3. So level 3, that's kind of the angle where people know about the product. They've seen it before. Like, let's say you're running like a toenail fungus removal like pen. I've seen that recently on Calidata. Toenail fungus has been a problem for a while. Like, this has been a problem that's been getting solved for like 10, 20 years. I haven't done research into it, so I don't know the exact date, but people know that there are products to solve this. So you have to have more of a unique selling point or a unique mechanism in your product that makes you stand out from different products. So going off that toenail fungus that I was just talking about, I saw this product that was a toenail fungus pen, and its unique mechanism, because I saw somebody else was running it up on Facebook. Instead of just having it be like a patch, like it will fix your toenail fungus, will eventually go away. Their unique mechanism was like this little like pen thing, and on the end it was like a tip, and like with the tip you could go underneath your nail and underneath the fungus and really get in there. And I don't think that's something that's been done before, so that was like a cool, unique selling point, unique mechanism that they had. That's kind of what market sophistication kind of is. All right, the next part of scaling is building and hiring an effective team. When you guys get at scale and you're hitting like 5K to 10K and you're pushing past those revenue days of scale, you guys need to start hiring a team. You need to start getting VAs for your emails. So this is like customer support. You need to build out an email team, so people working on your emails for you, because if you guys don't know, emails can bring you 20% of your total revenue. So like, let's say if you did 100K in a month, if you had a good email team and good email systems flowing, it's an extra 20K, and that's not like really advertising costs, so it's pretty good margins on that. And then also getting a creative team, which is making more creatives, more ads for you. You just kind of have to funnel them in the content, and they'll edit it up for you, send them in new creatives, so you can be launching like 10 new good creatives a day. The next video I'm going to be going over for scaling, and this is pretty important, is credit card scaling. So obviously we don't want to be scaling on our debit card, so if you guys do not have a credit card yet, I recommend getting a credit card. This was the first ever credit card I got. It's like the basic Amex business card. I don't know why I got it. I literally got this before I made any money in econ. Like, this is probably like the easiest card to get applied for, but you only have like 10K a spend on this card. And then when I finally started making some money, I got a Amex Gold. So Amex Gold Unlimited, it's just a charge card, but it's very important for scaling, because if you're scaling and you're spending like 5K a day on ads, you want it to be on a credit card, because what this gives you is points. Literally every single trip I've took this year has been free because of these points that you get. So credit card scaling, please put on credit cards, use the point system, be smart about it. Don't just put on your debit card. I don't really know I'm not the best person when it comes to like starter credit cards, but I would try to get some type of Amex when you can. I don't really know what credit score and shit you really need. I got it first time applying, so I don't know, but I just recommend some credit card that has unlimited credit that you can scale on. That is a very important thing for scaling. Next, we'll go in. The last thing we'll talk about is exiting. So these last 4 videos probably really aren't going to be for the majority of people watching this, but there will probably be at least one person who watches this who will get to this exit point. And I just want to make sure that you guys know how to do this, because in exiting, you can get really fucked up, and I just don't want you guys to get screwed over. Basically, the exiting process is just a lot of fucking paperwork, making sure that you have files for literally everything in your brand, P&L, literally everything. So in these videos, I'll kind of just go over that. But yeah, that's basically the overview of what I'm going to be going into. So obviously, this is the first video. This is just the intro. But then throughout the next month, I will be dropping a video every single day until August 20. What is today? It's the 1st. So August 30th. Yep. August 30th. So yeah, for this entire month of August, leading us into September. So you guys will have this entire month to learn. September, you guys can trial and error. And then in October, when Q4 finally gets here, you guys can start to print. And I believe in you because I know what I'm talking about. And if you guys just don't have an ego, just listen to what the fuck I'm about to say in this entire boot camp and just follow what I say and do what I say, trust me, you'll make your first money online. I'm not going to promise you a number because it does depend on how you can scale. And it depends on your skill level and you being able to continue and how hard you're willing to work. But if you follow everything in this and are willing to work hard, I promise you by the end of this year, by the end of Q4, I promise you guys will make money. But anyways, boys, I'm really excited to get this started. I might even make the dropshipping eye video today. I don't know, or I'll make it tomorrow. I do still have a lot of shit on my plate to do today for my brands, but I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. So yeah, I guess I'll just catch you guys in the first video. Peace.